morning. Welcome to Trading Hour. I'm Reema Tendulkar. With me are Pavitra Parekh and Surbhi Upadhyay, and markets under severe pressure, right? The Sensex is tanked 200 points. Sorry, the Nifty is tanked 200 points. Sensex lower by 650 points, dragged down by banking names. The Nifty Bank is under pressure, underperforming with a cut of nearly 2%. The Nifty has given up its 100-day moving average, which was at 17,950. Now the next level to track will be the 2023 intraday low of 17,761. We're still about 150 points away from that level. There is a distance, but that will be the next level to track on the way down, 17,761. And this leg down has also come in as a bit of a surprise because Asian markets are holding up fine, the ones which are trading. That's the Japanese and the Korean markets are currently in the green. So there's no pressure which is being exerted, at least from the global cues per se. There is expiry today, but a lot of people thought that the expiry would end around 18,000 to 18,100 because while the broader range for the markets has been that 18,250 to about that 17,700, 750 thereabout. Over the last couple of days, the markets have been finding a floor around 18,000, and that floor has been taken down. The Adani Group stocks are selling off. Adani Port, Enterprises, Adani Wilmar, Adani Power. HDFC Bank has declined after 6 days of gains. So there is profit booking visible over there. Consumer names, a lot of them reported numbers yesterday post-market hours. And barring HUL, which came out last week, most of the consumer numbers have been a bit disappointing. So it was Asian Paints last week. Today you had Pidilite, United Spirits. Yesterday, Colgate's numbers too were a tad bit subdued. So those are a few names that I wanted to bring up on the table. These are not the weak, moves today. Today, HUL is holding up. But broadly, the earnings from the consumer side, where the valuations are high, have not been great.
Yeah, I mean, if you just take a look at the earnings scorecard over the last 24 hours and the market reaction, it's far more red than green, especially in the broader markets. So completely take that point. I think also, Reema, what you're saying about the expiry, that's definitely, I think, exacerbating the moves. Yesterday as well, whatever we were seeing on some of these auto names, for instance, was more short covering than actually fresh buying that came through. So two big events. You've got the Fed announcement on the first. You've got the budget on the first. So perhaps you will want to sort of close out some positions and then take a fresh guard once they have more evidence with these two events. Just a very quick word on mid-caps. Mid-caps have been underperforming the Nifty, not just today, but over the month of January as well. And there's a broad sell-off. Triggers could be earnings, or basically just simple sentiment. But some names to throw up: Zomato, Granules, Quick Heal. All these stocks are down between 4, 5, 6%, depending on what you're looking at. Delta Corp, and then some of the bigger names, the bigger mid-caps. I mean, Ambuja, BOB. Indus obviously is reacting to a lot of the news that you heard post-market hours yesterday. But the short point is there's pressure all around, especially in the mid-caps. It's being felt even more. So let's move to the only green space then, Pavitra, the one that you're tracking. What are you looking at in autos?
Well, I mean, like we were talking about, the earnings reactions, at least for a lot of the top names, have been good, right? So you had Maruti, which, today also it's the top gainer. Yesterday it saw good gains. TVS Motor, even though the market is tanked in the past couple of minutes, that one is pretty much at the high point of the day. So a lot of these looking good. Bajaj Auto and Tata Motors post their earnings today. It's expected to be a weak set for Bajaj, yet it's holding up in the green. So we'll see how that goes. I think for Bajaj, the concerns pretty much remain the same. It is what is going on in the export market. So there is weakness expected on account of that. We're expecting around a 16% decline in volumes. So that'll be important to watch. But Tata Motors is something where we're expecting good growth to come across in the India business, in the JLR business. So that is something that we're going to watch out for as well. But take a look at how these autos companies have fared so far, in the month of Jan. So the figures are up on your screen. Something like a Tata Motors is up almost 9%. You have Bajaj Auto, which has done well. Maruti, which is up 4.5% right now. So I guess it's also, it'll be important to see how these fare now. Is a lot of the good news already in the price. Are we going to see more of a rally from here? That's something that we will be tracking. By the way, a lot of the auto-related stocks also, something like a Sona Comstar, you have Car Trade, all of these also doing very well. This is the weekly move, by the way, that we're seeing on some of the auto-related companies. So important to watch this space. But Reema, I guess the biggest cue is what you were talking about before the show, which is that tomorrow is a holiday.
Absolutely, right? We're all very excited that tomorrow is a holiday. We come back on Friday. We'll be prepping for the budget, but then we go into a weekend again. But we've got so much to track on the show, right? A flurry of earnings in the mid-cap end. So let's invite South Indian Bank. The bank posted its third quarter numbers with slippages at an 8-quarter low and interest margins the best that we've seen in the last 31 quarters. Murli Ramakrishnan, the MD and CEO at South Indian Bank, is now with us on the show now. Mr. Ramakrishnan, morning. Rima here. Do you think you will be able to sustain NIMs at these levels? Because as